Sarah, all day. Hell yeah.
Armwrestling's about to take place.
Yeah.
Has the committee made any statements, official statements?
No, and I don't think they're gonna for a long time. I think that they're gonna gather. I know that. So a lot of people have called me and been like, "Yeah, the ethics committee has asked me to comment." A lot of them have just said, "I'm not even gonna get back to them." Some of them have gotten back to them.
So they're asking for rats. They want people to rat on you, huh?
I think they're just looking. I don't know. I know all the people in the ethics committee, and I mean, the only one I have a problem with is Ryan. That's the only one. Everyone else, I mean, they're all great people. I've known them. I've known most of these people like 20 years or longer. You know, like it's not like these are new acquaintances. Most of them I've known for a very long time. So I'm just shocked that this whole thing is going on. Really, like.
What's the end goal here? What do you think they're trying to do to you? Are they trying to ban you from arm wrestling in Canada?
Well, I think that Espey doesn't like me. That's what I think. And he might think I don't like him, but that's actually not true. I just was fighting with him, and I can be a bit of a bully when I'm fighting somebody, but I mean I'd party with him. I don't care. I don't have a problem with him. I mean, right now he's pissing me off a little bit, but I don't have an agenda, you know. There's just a couple things that I'd like to just kind of clarify. Okay. People talking about the whole buy procedure. Okay. People saying that I didn't pay. This is not true. Okay. I absolutely did pay for the buy, just like many people do. Okay, it's not like I'm the only one. Okay, we have the rule in Canada that you can if you miss the event, you can purchase a buy. This is all completely normal. And then what happens is your governing body. So for me, it's the OAA. They vote, and if they vote yes, then it's pushed forward. And if I don't know, I think that's all that's required. But the event organizer, everybody was cool with it. There was no problems.
Devin, what is the cost for that buy? Just so I know.
It's expensive. It's like $200. So it's more to pay for the buy than it is to actually if you went to the events and paid the registration.
Okay. So you're kind of getting punished for doing it that way, but
exactly.
Yeah.
You are. You're getting a little bit, but that's, I mean, whatever. Like they should be happy to take buys. Really, it's just more money. Yeah. Anyways, so that's the first thing I wanted to address. The second thing is, you know, people talked about my attire, and I don't know if that part made it to the ethics committee. I don't know if it did. It was just all over the internet. People were complaining about it wasn't people. It was specifically Ryan Espey's ex-wife. Okay. Now, I will say a couple things. I challenged Ryan to a super match. Okay. When I found out I was going to be there, I was kind of hinting around that I would pull him in a super match because this has been a long time coming. And I know that I saw you guys were talking about, you know, is there beef between us? Listen, there absolutely is. Okay. It has been like 15 years. Okay. We have been competitors. We went to the nationals together in like 97. Okay. That's how long Espey and I have been arm wrestling. Okay. In 97, we were at the nationals. He was coming up in the supers. I was coming up in the 220s. So we've known each other a very long time as competitors. Okay. We've been on that level where he can beat me. I can beat him. And so this match has been a long time coming, a long time. And it's, you know, when you're competitors with somebody that it kind of supersedes your relationship where you're like buddies, you know, you got that guy and, you know, you're going to fight him. So you're never really buddies with him. Right. So that's been kind of Ryan and my relationship. So, and mostly all instigated by him, I might add. Okay. If you go back, whether it's on a message board thread, and I can't dig up all this stuff, I just know in my river behind me that he's been talking shit for a long time.
Can you explain what has he been saying? Like what actually like really bothered you? Like what got on your skin?
Here's the thing. So calling me out, asking me for matches, saying that I'm not number one in Canada, and that's all fine. That didn't really bother me. That's all standard, cool shit. The real problem that I have with him is he connected himself to that fucking rodent, Chris Gobby, who I despise. I fucking hate this guy. I fucking hate him. So any affiliation with Chris Gobby and you're sitting across a chair snickering at all the things that he says about me, I'm sorry, you're right there with him. So as soon as he affiliated with Chris Gobby, I'm like, I don't fucking like this guy too much. So maybe I'm.
And what were the affiliations? Did they do a podcast or?
Yeah, they did a podcast together for quite a long time.
I kind of do remember something like that. That was like 2-3 years ago, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And Chris Gobby, I don't know if anybody knows, but Chris Gobby doesn't like me either.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we had him on here, and he definitely made that clear.
Right. So anyways, I can't wait to see this guy. Yeah. Record this, ethics committee and police department, whoever you want. Yeah, I'm going to see that.
Open up the next investigation. There we go.
Investigate that. Investigate that. That's the real one you got to investigate. Anyways.
Devon, I wanted to ask you, have you met Gobby since that bottom 8 tournament?
I can't wait. I'm going to see him eventually. I can't wait.
Let me what happened? Like what because I've never seen you so fired up, bro. Like what did he do?
I hate this guy. Okay.
I know. I mean, he did that to a lot of people. He trolls,
but what really pissed me off is he went after my fucking dead brother's ex-wife, and he wouldn't leave her alone, being so fucking rude to her, like calling her fucking all sorts of shit. He didn't even know her. He doesn't even know this woman. And because of his affiliation, because of her affiliation to me, he went after her. And fucking my brother's dead. Like he's a terrible human being. He's a terrible guy. Anyways, and there's so many more examples. This is just one. Okay. He's a bad person. Anyways, so when he had an affiliation with Gobby, yeah, I don't like him. Okay.
Don't blame
so
you.
maybe I am putting a little bit extra on him. Maybe I am. But the truth is he never once asked me to stop. He said he wouldn't pull me in a super match, but he welcomed me to enter the tournament. Before the tournament, we shook hands. I went over, made small talk with him. Everything was cool. I shook his hand every time. Okay. It wasn't until the last match, right-handed, that he made it clear that he didn't like me. Okay. Was right up until that point that we kind of crossed the line. Anyways, but
what did he do to make it clear? What was said?
Well, I don't know if you can hear what he says in the video with Uncle John. If you go on that video,
I listened. I couldn't really make out what he was saying.
It's hard to hear.
Yeah.
But basically, he's like, Devon, I don't want to ever see you again. I don't want anything ever to do with you. I'm like, really? I'm like, well, I'm right here at the table right now. You're gonna have to deal with me for like another couple minutes.
Okay.
And basically, that was it. Yeah. And yes, I absolutely did drop matches to go down and beat him. I haven't pulled nationals in 23 years. Okay. The only reason I entered was for him. I didn't care about anybody else. Once I beat him, the person who I was facing, I said, do you want me to hold you or do you want to beat me? Yeah. If they said beat me, I laid down to him. If they said I want to hold, then I just hold him. Ended up, I got like second and third. I wasn't there for any other reason than to beat up that dude in the event. I went there for a seminar and to watch my son compete. Yeah. So that's it. Anyways, the dude never asked me to stop. As soon as he expressed, look, I think he's a big baby. Honestly, I feel bad for the CWF. I feel really bad. And I think we need new leadership. That's the thing. And there's a million people who do a way better job.
This is the thing I don't understand, bro, is what their end game is going to be, man, because you are literally the ambassador of our sport. I mean, that's your home country. And now they're trying to blacklist you. And it's like, bro, I think it's going to be the complete opposite could happen.
I don't think it's going to work that way. I think that what's going to end up happening is we're just going to shine light on this whole situation. And really, whatever they want to talk about, believe me, I'm happy to talk about it. I don't have anything to hide. And believe me, if anybody's got something to hide here, it's the guy who made the complaint.
So I want to put this out here for the Canadian committee. You guys are more than welcome. We'll get you on. We'll get Devon on, and let's just hash this out. Let's get this all out there. I could play the middleman, and let's just squash this. Let's get it all cleared away, and we could just end the investigations and move on and get back to arm wrestling.
Well,
Yay.
I'll tell you, this is probably going to escalate. I really think it probably is. I think I see the light at the end of the tunnel, and it's going to be a tough finish. But, I think it's important. I think leadership is really important. And I think having good leaders in arm wrestling is very important. And I don't think, look, I cross the line all the time. I'm a complete fuck up. Okay. I don't want to hide anything and pretend like I'm something that I'm not. Okay. I think the community knows I'm an idiot, but I think that people attack my sportsmanship a lot. And I just don't think that's true. I think that I really am honestly a sportsman. So when people attack my sportsmanship, I'm like, man, you have no idea what you're talking about. Ryan, in my mind, through this entire thing, is showing a lack of sportsmanship. And I think, in my opinion, he should be removed because I don't think he's fit to lead. I don't think he's fit. I don't think that that's what we want as Canadians leading our wrestling association. Like, I don't think we want to send Ryan to another country representing us. I don't think we want him to vote. I wouldn't want it. I personally wouldn't. Not that I'm that involved with the CAWF, but dude, if he wants to start throwing around accusations, he should look in the mirror.
Let me ask you, how do they pick the committee? How are the committee's members picked or elected? How does that all go about?
I don't know. I
didn't even know there was a committee, bro, an arm wrestling committee until this whole shit happened. When you first said that and made that video, I thought you were being sarcastic and just joking around. And then I seen Tom actually make the reaction video, and I realized that there was no joke. This is real, dude, like for real. So, Devon, when you say this is going to escalate, what do you mean by that, bro? Like, are you going to do something here? Are you going to beat Ryan's ass? Like, what's going to go on, man?
The problem is now it's an issue. See, this all could have just gone away quietly, but when I'm getting emails saying saying I'm under investigation, it seriously has pissed me off. It's really pissed me off. So, I think that it's gonna lead to some change. That's what I think, and change is good. It's a good thing. I don't know exactly where it's going. I think that I personally think that we'll see if Ryan wants to put more chips down. If he wants to put more chips down, then it's going to be on, right?
What do you mean more chips down?
Like, if he wants to continue to push this, like if he wants to, at this point, if Ryan just wants to say, Devon, you won, you were a dick about it, I don't like you, but I'm fine, just let it go. I think that'd probably be the end of it.
And you'll squash it. So Ryan, if you're listening, bro, because I know you might be, regretting kind of this all going down, because I'm sure you have a million people hitting you up, people are memeing you, people are making all these posts and all. But if you want this just to end, bro, Devon's saying he's not going to hold a grudge against you. You guys could just squash this right now. But what Devon is saying, though, if you keep this going, like, he's ready to go to war, and he's not.
I actually read everything that there was available on that CAWF website regarding ethics committee and all of the protocols. So it says basically that unless there is something criminal going on, which there clearly wasn't this time, all they can do, the maximum they can do, is to ban someone, and that's like in very serious cases. I think the rules were very softly written. It was like in the extreme cases we are going to think about banning someone. Otherwise, the first probable outcome that they're looking for is a verbal or written apology, and even before that they're looking for agreement, like I read and I understood my mistakes, that kind of agreement that they will probably
but they're not going to get that from me.
He's gonna get the extreme opposite of that. I'll tell you
I
that.
mean, it's like cancel culture if you think about it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the only thing I have a problem with is that should not be allowed in.
And
our
Paul, I
wrestling world.
want to mention one thing, and I want to ask this to Devon as well. One thing that I clearly don't understand, and Tom also made a video about that. He talked about that part, talking about the attire, the dress code, and everybody in the arm wrestling community is making fun of it. And I wanted to, Devon, you have seen all of the sports in like past 20-30 years. What serious sport doesn't have a dress code?
I'm just not concerned. I'm not concerned. I don't feel the need to anybody to wear a dress code. I don't care. If like I wouldn't want to enforce a dress code. I wouldn't want that to be part of the sport. I wouldn't want somebody to show up who didn't have the right kind of pants and turn them away. I think that would be crazy. I don't find enjoyment out of everybody looking the same. I'd rather people be able to express themselves any way they want. And nobody look at, so I showed up, I had my army pants and I had like a regular t-shirt. They told me about the dress code. I bought an Ontario arm wrestling top and I borrowed a pair of black pants from my buddy. And I had no idea about the shoes, but people made but nobody told me in the event. But afterwards, people were like, he was wearing Crocs. I'm like, fuck, I wore Crocs when I beat Prudnick at fucking East versus West. And you're gonna like.
So Devin, what is the proper attire that they're?
I don't even know. I
So they
actually
don't
looked
do
and it said you can be barefoot. So I don't even understand what the deal is. Like,
Devin, you should just
I know
go
you-
barefoot. Just go
Steve,
barefoot.
I know you went through every detail on that. What do they want him to wear?
I personally didn't find that part on their website. I heard Uncle John say about that. He said he read it somewhere or asked someone official. He said that you can either be in shoes or barefoot. These are the two things mentioned, and that's a very generous thing, because in most of the countries they won't allow you without the shoes. And Tom was calling this thing woke, and I don't think the rest of the world is so woke. Everybody follows that shoes code.
I wouldn't
mean-
care. Like as a tournament organizer, like if I'm looking at people and I wouldn't do it. Like, but the thing is, I changed my pants, I changed my shirt. It's not like I was like, fuck these guys, I'm not gonna wear those clothes. It's just I didn't even know about the Croc issue. I didn't even know. Anyways,
They had a
but they
problem
didn't
with
warn me,
Crocs
and
in sport mode.
they could have said something beforehand. And the thing is another thing that I have an issue with. There was a referee on one side, there was a referee on the other side, there was referees all over the place. Nobody said anything to me. I didn't foul out any matches. Like I wasn't. People talk about you need to be warned. Nobody warned me about anything. Ryan never called me and said, hey, yo, you're making me feel uncomfortable with this internet bullying stuff. Man, like none of it happened. None of it happened. And
Let
then
me
just,
ask you, Devin, do you think that if somebody else wore what you wore that day, that it would have been a problem? Would it have been brought up?
people were barefoot. I know, because Jody was barefoot. Jody
And
arm wrestled barefoot.
And nobody said anything.
Well,
Nobody
I
had
don't
a
know.
problem.
Maybe the investigation's coming on her. I don't know.
Oh yeah, that could be. Yeah.
Maybe she's
Uh-oh.
not.
You guys might
Yeah.
get raided soon, man. You better be careful at your house, bro.
Yeah.
Holy crap.